Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have my girl here today, my mannequin head. I'm gonna flat iron one of my wigs. I have my flat iron. Is it hot yet? I just turned it on. My flat iron has been taking longer to get hot. This flat iron is really fast. Within like 30 seconds it gets hot. But lately it hasn't been doing that. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. It's hot right now, but let it heat up some more. And let me show you guys this wig. She's looking rough. She's looking rough, okay? So this is a human hair wig. It is a lace front. I added this strap inside. This wig was originally like a dark brown color, and I wanted to dye it to a pastel color. I actually still have the green. It's like a mint green hair rinse that I haven't used yet, and hopefully I can use it on a wig or something like that soon. I have another wig that I might dye as well, so hopefully that'll work out. But with this wig, I bleached. Is this gonna stay on? I bleached. She's looking crazy. I bleached it, and it was so hard to bleach. It's still, this is like 3 processes of bleach, okay? And it's still not a yellow blonde color. I needed to get it to yellow blonde in order for me to be able to dye it a pastel color. So the majority of the hair was like this. There were some areas that were a little darker, but I just got tired of bleaching it. Honestly, this wig is over bleached, and I got tired of that. So what I ended up doing is just keeping the front part, this blonde, and then I just dyed the back brown, a dark brown. It looks more like a auburn color, but I used a dark brown to, okay, I'm gonna tighten this. I used a dark brown to dye the back because it wasn't all one blonde color, and it wasn't getting to the blonde color that I needed it to, so I just said, I'm just gonna dye it like this and keep the front blonde. So she's a little over processed. This wig has a lot of hair. I didn't realize it until I was bleaching it, and it was so hard just to get it to this blonde color that it is right now. I'm just tightening this here in the back so the wig doesn't come off. All right, so yeah, I didn't realize how much hair it had until I started bleaching it. And it just got so frustrating. I'm like, I can't do this no more. I'm just gonna go ahead and dye it and leave it like this. Also, before I dyed it, I cut it. It was like maybe an inch or 2 shorter. Look, there's even some parts that I didn't cut right. I'll go back in. Once I straighten it, I'll go back in and trim. I'll use my clippers to trim it though. It's easier. So I cut it because the ends of it were kind of thin. I didn't like that. I just turned my flat iron up because I think I'm gonna need it with this wig. So I cut the ends, well, not a little bit more than the ends, okay? Maybe like an inch or so. And it made it 100 times better. The wig looks so much fuller. Before, the wig looked a little bit thin. It looked thinner than what it was because the ends were so, were thinner. So I cut it, and I honestly think I'm gonna cut it more. I think I'm gonna cut it more into a bob style. I was aiming for a long bob style, but I tried the wig on and I don't like it. I don't like the length that it is. It like touches my shoulders. I've never liked my hair at that length. So I think I'm gonna cut it a little shorter and see, and hopefully get some use out of it, because it's just been hanging around and not getting any use at all. I did also cut bangs in the front. It's a lace front, and I don't really like being bothered with gluing wigs down, like to my hairline. So I cut bangs. Actually, I have a video on this channel. It was from months ago. Applying this wig, opening and applying this wig. So a company had sent me this wig, and I have made a video on my channel. It's, I don't know how far back, sometime at the beginning of this year, maybe even last year, I'm not sure. Look, I missed a whole long strand there. Look at that. I don't know what I was doing. Wow. But yeah, I made a video. When I applied this wig on in the video, I didn't put it towards my hairline. I blended my hairline with the wig. Like, I made a part in my hair and blended the wig with the lace part. That's not making sense how I'm saying it. Basically, I kept my own hairline out in the front. Oh, wow. Just like long pieces. I'm trying to figure out how I cut this wig, because see, I see a whole bunch of long pieces here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cut it. But yeah, I think I wore this wig like twice. And then for the longest I wanted to bleach it, but it was really so hard to bleach that it didn't want to lighten up. So it took several times of me applying bleach just for it to get this yellow. I mean, well, this is not even yellow blonde. If it was yellow blonde, that'd be fine. Just for it to get like this golden blonde that I have in the front. So it was a real pain. I bleached it, I think I bleached it in like, I don't know, May, June or something like that. I know everything was just opening back up, because I remember going to the beauty supply store, like being so happy the beauty supply store is open, but you couldn't go in though. My local beauty supply store, they had like a table in the doorway and then like a worker there, and then you had to tell them. You had to like tell them what you wanted. It was like, you know, sometimes you may not know a product name, but you know it when you see it, and sometimes you want to walk around, see what else you can get. But I went and got bleach. I got like a gigantic gallon of bleach liquid and a big tub of bleach powder that I still have so much of, because for one, I didn't know how much bleach it was going to take, but then I have another wig I want to bleach as well, and I was just like, I don't know when stuff is going to close. Stuff could close back up. I don't know, but I'm fully stocked on bleach, on hair bleach. And I actually just gave my mom, she came to my house not too long ago, and her hair is blonde. Her hair is very short though. I was actually cutting her hair when she came over. She wanted a haircut, and I was cutting her hair, but she bleaches it, so I gave her some. I gave her some of the bleach. I just have so much. Like, please take some. But I have another wig that I've really been meaning to get out, and actually I want to cut the other wig as well. That other wig is shorter than this, and I don't like it that much. It's okay. That wig had got sent to me as well, so I don't feel bad when it's like a wig I don't really like, because I didn't waste my money on it. But I also don't want it to go to waste. And it's just been sitting in a closet. I don't think I wore it once. I think I tried it on and tested how it looked. And I was playing around to see how I can wear it, but it's a little uneven. I don't know, it's weird to explain, but I'm gonna cut that one as well. It's good. And the other one I have, I'm talking about, is shorter. It's like up to here probably. So I'm gonna cut it. Now that I'm looking at this, this is still pretty long, even though I cut it. I think I'm gonna cut it up to like here. On the mannequin, that's up to her neck, but look how long her neck is. Our necks are not this long. And on me, because my head is bigger than a mannequin, it's probably gonna look a little bit shorter on me. Her hair feels good though, because for a while it was just crunchy and dry. I washed it a couple of times and I applied a deep conditioning treatment in it, because it was just very over bleached. You can't tell it was over bleached because I dyed this part back. Well, dyed this part brown. But it was very over bleached, over processed. So it's feeling a little bit better now. And she got a little bit of movement here because it was kind of stiff. It was stiff and dry and looked very much over processed. And with this wig, I don't like how they did the front. And once I get to it, I'll talk about that a little more. Because I know how to make wigs and I know how to ventilate wigs. Like, ventilating meaning I know how to apply the individual hair that you see on a lace front. Like on the lace part area, you see how it's individual hairs in the lace holes. So I know how to do that. And because I know how to do that, I realize what they do with certain wigs and why it looks the way it does. I'll get to that when I get to the front. And I know some people like their wigs thick. I do too. But when you get to the front of a wig, you can't have a whole bunch of hair. Honestly, that's not how our hair is naturally. People like the hair in your head. Our hair is usually always thinner in the front. And what I'll notice with some lace fronts is they add too much hair in the front. When you start getting to the front of your hair, especially the hairline, it should be thinner. Start adding less hair. Okay, feels good. You won't go in the garbage. I was so close to just throwing this wig out, I'm telling you, it was really like, you can tell she was over processed. It just looked so dry. It felt horrible. There wasn't any bounce. But I think I washed it like a month ago. I washed it a couple of times, like I said. And I would wash it, let it air dry, not put any heat or anything on it. And when it would dry, it was just looking bad. So then, yeah, maybe like a month ago, the last time I washed it. And I said, I'm going to try this again. Deep conditioning. Let it air dry. And that's what I did. And it's looking somewhat decent. But I like a full wig. I really do. But like I said, once it gets to the front, you need to start thinning that wig out. Look how much hair. This is a lot of hair. And I like a full wig, but this is a lot of hair already. And look how much hair we got left to go. There's certain little parts like up here I'm not going to worry about too much. As long as it's majority of it straight, I'm fine. I did like how the waves look though. After I cut it, I'm gonna play around with adding some loose wave to it. Let me see how it looks, because once I cut it, it's gonna look different. It's gonna look different wavy, but I'm gonna play around with some nice loose waves. Yeah, see that? I like a nice, just natural loose wave. When I first got the wig, it wasn't wavy. It was straight. Do I have a comb here so I can... I barely use combs, and I really don't know what happens to all of them. When I need one, I can't find one. I don't know what's up with this little piece right here. Wow, I did a bad cutting job in the front here. I have no idea what I did. I'm sure I just cut through very fast and didn't part the hair or anything. This color reminded me of, I don't know if you guys will remember, but Beyonce had a Me, Myself, and I video. I used to be obsessed, okay? I'm not even like a huge Beyonce fan. But when, like during that era, I really, really loved her. But she had like, it was like this color, brown hair, brown straight hair. And then she had bangs too. It was like nice soft bangs, so pretty. And it was like blonde in the front. It was so nice. But I was obsessed with that hair and always wanted it. Always wanted it. And that's what this kind of reminds me of. It's the Me, Myself, and I video. I love that video. I love her hair in it. It's so, she looks so pretty in that video. that. And then with bleaching it, I had to go like this. At first, I was like, okay, I could just throw this bleach on. And then I started realizing just how much hair it is. And I had to like separate it like this. And then really get deep into the tracks to bleach it. Oh, it was so much work. I was so annoyed and over it. And then I finally just gave in and I was like, damn, I did all this bleaching just to dye the black brown. But originally the hair was darker than this anyway, so. I'm wondering, okay, you know what? I've literally, ridiculous. I have never adjusted my seat. And it's always lower than my vanity here. And it kind of hurts my arms. This is the first time I've ever adjusted my seat, so I'm higher up now. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I have not thought about that all of these months. Especially when I'm doing a hair video, my arms and my back always start hurting. I could have just adjusted my seat so I'm higher up. Actually, I'm gonna put it a little bit more higher. Wow. So much hair. So I'm separating it via like a track. See? I should have gotten another clip to separate the rest from the front. I see what the problem is with my flat iron. I'm noticing one side straightens and then the other side doesn't straighten fully, and I can see that it's not closing all the way. I'm gonna go ahead and order another flat iron. Yeah, this side right here is not fully. I have to squeeze it a little bit more. I wonder why it's doing that now. Uh-oh. I have my little energy drink. I could admit, when it comes to energy drinks, sometimes I don't need it. It's more of like a habit, and it's more of a craving. Like some days, there'll be days I can go without an energy drink, and then some days I'm literally just like, yeah, I think I'll have one just because. I think I'll be fine without it, but Yeah, I can use one. Sometimes it's just like a habit, at least for me. Oh, feels like I've been flat ironing forever. And I still got all this to go. This is why I've been dreading this. This wig has too much hair. I'm gonna take out bigger chunks right here. And then work through it. Actually, let's see. Where does... Oh no, I still got a few more rows to reach the lace. I was gonna separate the lace from the wefted hair. I love this little brush I have. This is a detangling brush. And they have them at Dollar Tree, but they go so fast. Every time I go in there, I go to pick a couple up and never find it. And then the one I had recently, I had to throw out. It was looking horrible. But I love it because, look, you can just, like, the shape of it is just so convenient. See that? You don't have to hold it like this. You can rest your thumb right here, and it's good for detangling without, like, it doesn't, you see, it doesn't have like those little balls that some brushes have at the end right here. I went to Dollar Tree recently, so I bought like 3 of them. It's at 4. I put it at 410. Let's crack this up a notch. See that? How it's not getting to this part right here because it's not, see? How you can see a little bit through the bottom part? Alright, let's see here because I'm going to separate where the lace starts. And let's do that. Let's do this part like that. I'm going to try to make a video trying it on and cutting it. I don't know if I'm going to cut some of it, not the whole thing, while it's on my head, and then cut like the back, take it off. Because I'm going to use clippers. It's easier to cut if I just take my clippers and, you know, as opposed to scissors, because I really don't want to be parting it into a whole bunch of sections to cut it. So here is where the lace and so basically all of the lace part in the front is blonde. And then see all these wefts? Look at how many wefts they have. Wait, can you see it? Look at this. They're so close together. It's so much hair. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just separate it. Hold on. My little whiteboard in the background. I put it up there on my wall with I think I did it. Yeah, I did with 3mm tape. You know, like the Velcro thing. So I can't take it down. I can, but I can't like keep taking it up, off and on the wall. I love that stuff. I can't believe I'm just kind of discovering that, because I hate like putting up frames and stuff with nails, and it's just so annoying, and I'm just getting on the 3mm tape game. So I have some frames of like certificates and stuff, and it's so easy. I hung them up with no problem, and then it has like Velcro, so you can actually take the frames off and you'll be able to stick it back on the wall as well. Like if you want to change something, you know. Yeah, I'm just getting I'm just getting on that train. Look at this. I've been flat ironing for a half hour. I would have been done with my hair probably. Why is there a little part over here? That sounded very dry and stiff. Let me see. She could be bouncier. I know I mean, it's bouncy, but she could be bouncier. Also, the amount of time it took for this wig to dry was ridiculous. You know, when you have very bleached hair, your hair soaks up that water and doesn't let it go. Look, that hair is thirsty and dry and dehydrated, and when it gets a taste of water, it does not want to let that water go. Trust me, I know from experience. I've had very platinum blonde hair, okay? And my hair used to take forever to dry. Now my hair is it dries really fast. But this wig, and with all the hair in this wig, oh, it took forever to dry. Usually, if I wash a wig, I'll hang it up in my shower. That way, you know, all the water drip down into the tub. And overnight, it's done. Even before that, it's done. It's dry. Sometimes I lay a towel on my windowsill and lay a wig there to dry, like in the sun. No problem. This wig took forever to dry. So I won't be washing it again for a while, especially dealing with straightening it. Or maybe I will, if I do wash it. No, I'm not even gonna do that. I was gonna say I'll blow dry it, but that's gonna take forever too. But that's what happens when you really overprocess your hair. That hair be thirsty. Takes forever to dry. We're down to one last piece here, y'all. One last piece. All right, now we're up to this, the front of this hair. Look at this. It's just so much. And it's funny because before I cut the ends, it looked like the wig looked thinner. It's so crazy what a cut will do. So now we got this raggedy front. And what they did with this front is they added way too much hair, first of all. And I believe I plucked some. If I was to wear it at my hairline, I would definitely pluck more. But I plucked so much. And it's still like not... it's still thick. So when you ventilate lace for a lace wig, once you get like, you can do it a little bit thicker back here. Once you start getting to the front, add less and less hair. And if you have lace wigs and you notice this, see if you can see it. You see all these little hairs sticking out, and I see some people do this in their videos. They have to cut these little hairs. That's because of how it was ventilated. A really like well done ventilated wig is not gonna have a whole bunch of these hairs, because the thing is, what happens when you ventilate the front of the wig, you're basically taking a strand of hair, maybe 2 to 3 strands, all right? And you have to split it. Let's see. You have to split it because you're basically tying a knot into the holes into the lace, right? I'm trying to explain it without getting super into detail, but it's kind of hard. But you have to have, let's say you have loose hair, you have to fold it in half. What happens is, I'll show you with hair. You have to have it in, you have to fold it. What happens is, for some people to keep the length, they fold it too short. So this part is like this, look. See how this is longer and then this is very short? And a lot of the times this part right here will be blunt short. So then it gets tied into a knot onto the lace, and then it looks like, that, where you have short pieces sticking out and it doesn't blend in with the rest of the hair. I hope I made that clear, understandable. But what they should do is, one, let's say if you have 16-inch hair, you should be using like 20-inch hair to ventilate the front. And don't fold it so this part is so short. You take your hair, you take your bunch and you kind of stretch it out so that it's not blunt. And then you fold it a little longer so it blends in with the long hair. And that's how you avoid having all this little short hair. Look at that. So I can tell when a wig was ventilated properly. With all these little hairs here, no, you should have did a better job. When I don't see a whole bunch of short hairs right here, okay. That's good. But I see a lot of people in videos cutting like the little hairs that are sticking out and then having to apply mousse or some type of product to keep the hairs down. And what it also does when they do things like that is it makes the top part thick and then down here it gets thin. You get what I'm saying? Because they folded the hair in half. The short part is up here. So all the short parts are like up to here. And then you're mixing the short hair with the long strand, but the long strand is just 1 or 2. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway. I'm getting myself started and you guys are just here to watch watch me flattering, but it's the truth. So I'll notice it with some wigs where it's like bulky on top, and then going towards the bottom, it's thin, or there's so much little hairs sticking out. It's just because of how they ventilated it. I don't really like how this wig was ventilated. They put too much hair, and they did just that. All these little short pieces of hair here. I'm gonna do this piece going back. Try to. So that it'll cover those little tracks there. I actually made a video though on my other channel. It was a while ago too. It was like last year, of how to ventilate your wigs. So if you have a lace wig and it's thinning, it's very easy to add hair to it. What I have been meaning to do is make a video on how to fix like holes in your lace, wigs. You know, sometimes it might get a hole, rip or something. So I cut front bangs on this wig. I don't know if I'm gonna put them to the front. This wig is acting a little weird. See, because like it's too thick on top. So I think let me try parting it in the middle first. And this mannequin keeps moving. She has a lot of little fallout with her damaged hair, especially in the front. Look at this. I don't know how I'm gonna get these bangs to sit. I'm not gonna do that part right now. Let me finish doing this, and then, because this wig took me an hour to straighten. And I still want to cut it. See, let me see if you guys can see. I wonder if you can see it or not. But you see that? Look. See how there's a whole bunch of short hairs? When they folded the hair to ventilate, it folded short. This is how short they made it. And when they should have made it like all the way down here, it would have blended better. But if you're interested in that stuff, I made a whole video on it on my other channel. And I have a whole list of other wig videos that I'm gonna make for that other channel. Oh, the front of your hair is a mess. This is a mess. What I'm gonna do is put the wig on. Not in this video, but put the wig on. Put a scarf on it to kind of flatten that top area, this front part. and the bangs too, because with the way that it dried up, the bangs were all like, I've had this wig just thrown around in my closet, in the bag, and then for the past week I've had it on my vanity because I knew I wanted to make a video. I wanted to flat iron it, but I kept putting it off. So she's been like kind of just thrown around. So when she dried like this, sticking up, the bangs were sticking up and stuff. Look at her. You see this? Look. This is not from bleach. This is from how it was ventilated. All these little hairs here. I mean, I know like mass wigs don't get hand ventilated, because that's very time consuming. So they're able to sell them, you know, cheaper, faster. They're able to get them out faster. So if you ever hear someone selling their wigs and it's hand ventilated by them, it's worth every dime, because it is extremely time consuming. There's people out there who ventilate whole lace wigs. I've only ever done, you know, front areas because it's extremely time consuming, extremely, but it's worth it. It's more custom made. You don't have to worry about, you know, you can make it thinner, as thick as you want. You don't have to worry about it. If it's super thick, or if the hairline is too thick, because that's another thing with lace wigs. They make the hairlines way too thick. It's unnaturally thick, so then you gotta pluck it. So with hand ventilating your wigs, you can really, really customize it. It's just really extremely time consuming. What's going on here? I'm gonna throw a little oil in her hair. I'm gonna put the wig on, put a scarf on it to kind of, or I think, you know what? I don't even gotta put it on. I could put the scarf on here. I need to do a little trimming of her bangs. There's like little hair here and there. I'm gonna frame it more too. Like the front, I'm gonna layer it more to frame my face. But you see how the bangs are like poofed up a little bit? I actually like it sometimes when the bangs are like this, but it doesn't look right on me, so. The bangs will have to be longer. My bangs, I like for them to be on my eyebrow. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Maybe I'll do a video cutting it, I'm not sure. Because I'm gonna be using clippers. I'm gonna get a little bit of oil. Yeah, I'm gonna be using clippers to cut her hair. I just wanna put all that down. I'm also gonna bring this forward as a bang. I don't have my scissors here right now. I would have cut it right now. Let's just try this again. I don't have a tiny flat iron, which would be best to use on bangs. Feels so bad. I hope I'm not burning her forehead. So because I don't have that a little flat iron, which would be better for the bangs, I'm gonna have to tie it down to bring some of this floofiness down. And I'm gonna part it how I want it, where I want the hair to lay. Because once I put this scarf on and leave it on for some time, that's how the hair is gonna look when I take it out. I'm also gonna put this forward because I'm gonna cut her bang more when I take this scarf off. Let me see, I have to see her. Yeah, I'm gonna put some of this hair to the front. So don't mind that. I have a little bandana here. I'll put this little bandana on for right now. And that's it. That's it. Took me a whole hour to do this wig hair. I really like the length on the mannequin. On me, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it does look really pretty on the mannequin. The length of it. Alright, so let this sit there for a while. So I'm gonna cut her bangs. I'm gonna frame the face and cut the length a little bit shorter. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, listening to me ramble on. I'm really trying to make a video cutting it and stuff. And hopefully I like how it looks when I'm fully done. And if I like how it looks, then I'll wear it and show you guys how it looks. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, great rest. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye. Bye-bye. Say bye to mannequin. Bye, guys.